What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So this tutorial is about Dockerizing a Node Express app. What I mean by Dockerizing is we'll create a Docker image for the Node Express app. We will build the Docker image, we will tag the Docker image, and we will publish the Docker image into the Docker Hub like this. So let's get started. Okay guys, so let's quickly create a Node Express app using the Express generator. You can simply run this few commands. It will automatically create an app for you. I'm not going to do this because I've already set up a template app in my VS Code. Let me show you that. So I've just added a GIF in this project guys and just edited some title. That's it. Let me run it and show you how it looks. So that's it guys, a basic app, nothing fancy about here. So our main focus is on like creating how do we dockerize this app. Okay, so let's start dockerizing our app guys. So I've created an empty docker file. I will paste in some comments. So these comments will basically help us while writing the docker file. Since this is a Node Express app, we would be choosing the node as our base image. So any Docker image which we are building it, we need to build it from a base image because this provides a lot of inbuilt libraries. So the tag which I'm using for this node image is Alpine. So you could use any of the tag. So but I would be using the 6.17.0 Alpine version. So the base image is specified using from command. So from node is our base image, and the tag, we need to specify the tag version like 6.17.0 all. Alright, Alpine. So the next thing is by default the Node Express app listens on the port 3000. So we should expose that port to the container. Basically we will expose this port so that the container will listen on this port while Docker is running this container, right? So to expose the port, we'd be using expose command. So the third step is we would be installing some Alpine package managers. So so all these are like commands, right? So to run the commands, we should be using run followed by apk add update ini. So I'll just paste this. So you would understand guys, so what this is what this basically is like while reading these commands. So next is we need to create a directory inside the container. Okay, so for creating a directory, work dir, and we would be specifying okay, first we'll create a directory guys. So this would actually create a directory inside the container at this path. Now we would be using this as our working directory. Alright, so far what we have done is like we have taken a base image which is node Alpine, and to run our app on the 3000 we need to expose this port. So we have exposed this port. Next we are installing some libraries using Alpine package manager. These are like base libraries required for running the app. Then after, we are creating a directory at this path where our app sits, and we are changing our working directory to that location. Okay, then after, the main thing is the package.json. So what we need to do is we need to copy the package.json onto our working directory inside the container. So what we are doing here is copy command has source and destination. So the source is the current directory. We have the package.json here, which would be copied into this path. So once the package.json is copied, we need to do the npm run. So this would install all the node package dependencies. So there is also one way we can do is we can run multiple commands using end or semicolon, anything which you wish. So I would be running using end. So npm run clean. This is recommended. All right. So we have almost there. We are almost finishing in the finishing stages. So the last command which we need to do is cmd. So what the cmd command does is it would run the commands which we specified in the cmd once after the container is initialized or once after the container is running. So just simply copy these commands. So basically how we run our Express app is like npm start, right? So okay, so we'll be running in the same way. So if you don't if you have not installed the Docker in your machine, you need to install it, guys. So because I have already installed the Docker in my machine. So once after I install, I'm logging into Docker using Docker login. Okay, I've logged into Docker. So let's see what images which I have locally. I don't have any images, right? So let's try to build my Docker file. So -t is like giving a tag to the image, what I'm building it. So what this command does is it builds the image and it assigns the tag as test app. I doubt this will succeed, but let's try. So as you see, each and every line which you have specified in the Docker file is a step. So it's trying to run each and every step. Okay, so it failed. That's good. So it failed on the step number 7. Let's see what's that. Okay, so it's npm clear cache. Yeah, we do make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. That's fine. But I want to show you the interesting part here. So when I start rebuilding it, it doesn't build it again. So okay, I found out what the error is, guys. So it's npm install and npm cache clean. Okay, we need to add one more step, guys. So that is so we need to copy all the files in our current working directory to the the working directory in the container. So this copy command does this one. It copies all the files in our current working directory to the working directory in the container. Alright, so and there's a small modification to the startup command. Okay, now let's try to run the container. Okay, let's try to build the image again, sorry. Okay, so the image is successfully built. Let's see the image. Alright, so the image has created. We have tagged it with test app. So let's now try to run the container from the image which we created. So to create the container, the command is docker container run -rm. What it does is basically removes the container once the container has stopped or once the container has deleted. Next, the port. The port is important one because so what this does is it exposes the port 80 to the port 3000 in the container, followed by our image name, which is test app. Okay. Alright, so the Docker container has started. So let's now try to run the app from the browser. Alright, so you have seen like the port 80 on the browser, it was communicating to the port 3000 in the container, and finally we are able to run the container, Docker container. So I'll stop it. So the next step is so for us to publish our image into the Docker Hub. So this is my repository which I've created. So you can create one under your name into the Docker Hub. So to publish our image into the Docker Hub, so the first thing what we need to do is tag the image. So what we could do is docker tag -help. So this says docker tag, the source is the test app, which is the image name, and the target is account name followed by what's the image name which you want to give it, the tag. Okay, so the next step is to publish our Docker image or push. So it's always the account name followed by the repository name. So now it's trying to push the Docker image which you have created into the Docker Hub. Okay, so it has finally published the image into Docker Hub. Let's go and check out. Alright, so you see it's just published a few seconds ago. So yeah, so we are pretty much done, guys. And one more thing which I want to show is like the container which we created. Okay, so this is the container which we have created. So that's it, guys. So in this tutorial you learned how to dockerize a Node.js app, that is like creating a Docker image and building a Docker image and creating a Docker container and tagging a Docker image as well as publishing the Docker image to Docker Hub. Hopefully you learned something, you like this tutorial, and see you again soon. Bye.